everybody, it's your travel agent, David, and I just finished the Navigator of the Seas 4-day Ensenada cruise, and I'm going to review the ship and the crew. So first, I want to talk about the ship. The ship, it's old, but it has had a lot of updates recently. I think it was 2019. They had a $119 million renovation, which is good. The only thing I didn't like about it is decks 2 and 3, they're split. So you have to go to 4 to get around to deck 3 and 2 on the other side of the ship. Studio B is in the middle of deck 3, and that's why. And then deck 2, it's some of the crew quarters. So that's why as well. Now, let's talk about the cabin. The cabin, it's a cabin. The only thing I don't like about the cabin is that by the nightstands, there's no electrical plugs. You have 2 110 plugs, you have 1 Euro plug, and that's it. So make sure you bring enough adapters. Fortunately, I did, so I can make everything work. Even with the adapters I had, I still had to piggyback a couple of my electronics. Let's talk about food. First night I ate dinner in the main dining room. Menu wasn't very impressive. So I ended up having spaghetti. And because I'm here by myself, when I saw the menu, every day I would go see what the menu is for dinner. None of them impressed me, so I just ate at the Windjammer. So I essentially ate at the Windjammer breakfast, lunch, and dinner the entire trip. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner seemed like it was the same thing over and over and over. I did talk to somebody yesterday that ate at Hooked, the seafood restaurant. They absolutely hated it. They had clam chowder, all of them. Clam chowder came out cold. They had lobster tail. Lobster tail came out cold. So they're the only ones I've talked to that went to Cooked. I haven't talked to anybody else that we discussed the specialty restaurants. But every time I've gone to Chops, I've had fantastic service and fantastic food. I haven't been to Jamie's yet. I've been to Giovanni's. Same thing. I've never had any issues there. The Cafe Promenade, they don't have a Sorrento's here, so Cafe Promenade, you can get your pizza there. They also have an ice cream shop there as well. It's a little bit more of an expanded Cafe Promenade than normal. The layout on the promenade, really cool. It's like a mix between the Vision class and the Oasis class. It's pretty cool. Bartenders are friendly. Most of them know how to make good drinks. So no complaints about the bartenders. The guys at Johnny Rockets, super friendly. Let's talk about the casino. I like the casino for the fact that they put the tables on the one side and everything was just slots. The only thing I didn't like about the casino was they still smelled like stale cigarette smoke. Their non-smoking side compared to their smoking side, pretty much non-existent. So if you despise cigarette smoke and you like to gamble, this casino is probably not it for you. I liked deck 4. Deck 4, they have some like little walking trails on the side. It's where the shuffleboard's at, but they set up a smoking area there. Whereas most cruise ships, they're right on the main aisle of the Lido deck. Here they have them on deck 4, and then up on the Lido deck, they're pushed in the back corner. So when you walk around, you're not smelling cigarette smoke if you don't want to. No offense to smokers. It's just, I personally don't like the smell of cigarette smoke, and I hate walking around a cruise ship and smelling it, or let alone anywhere else. But that's my thing. The Wi-Fi on here, absolutely atrocious. It worked good enough, but it was super slow. I tried working on doing some work, and I needed to use ChatGPT, and after 14 hours of it trying to give me an answer, I just stopped. So it is what it is. It's good enough to make some phone calls and texts and stuff like that. But if you're trying to do it for work, you may have some issues. Now, this cruise was a 4-night to Catalina and Ensenada. I don't know why it's 4 nights to Catalina and Ensenada, because Catalina is like 22 miles away from LA. So I don't know why we couldn't have just left, gone over there, ported at night, and then stayed through the day, or gone to Ensenada first, then maybe to Cabo, then to Catalina and back for 4 days. But the first day, we basically putted around the ocean at about 2 miles an hour. The DJ is fantastic. This is probably the best DJ I've ever had on a cruise ship. So he did a fantastic job. He knew his crowd, and it was fantastic. The piano guy in the schooner bar, fantastic as well. The shows, fantastic. The ice skate show, fantastic. And then they threw in a drone show right before the ice show. And then they even incorporated a drone in with the ice show. So it was really cool, really technologically advanced. So I recommend you come and see that. They have ice skating rink here, so you can ice skate during the day. The laser tag is in there as well. That was really cool. Never done laser tag on a cruise ship. They do have an escape house. I didn't do the escape house, but they do have that on here as well. The embarkation process was really smooth over here in the San Pedro port. One thing I do recommend is if you're taking this cruise, it is going to be significantly cheaper if you go through the app and go through excursions. Look at Los Angeles, and you pay for the shuttle from the San Pedro port to LAX or San Pedro port to Long Beach. It's going to be cheaper than an Uber, and it's going to be cheaper than the taxis that are leaving there by about $30. So a pretty big difference. That's really about it. The room was good. The food was okay. The entertainment was great. The casino was okay. The ports were good too. So, but yeah, it's really, really a good time here. Good 4-day cruise, good break from everybody and everything. But if you have any questions about cruising on the Navigator of the Seas, coming into the San Pedro port, getting from LA to San Pedro port, getting from the port back to the airports, let me know. I will do my best to answer all of your questions. And if you could do me a favor, if you could please hit that like and that subscribe button, it really helped my channel out and help me get going and getting some more trips done. But I will be going to Catalina in about 9 days. So I'm going to try and get onto doing an excursion or something there now that I know the area. So if you're looking to see more of Catalina, you can see the video I have done, and then just make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see the other ones coming out. But until next time, I will see you next trip.